Do as thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. That is what Aleister Crowley wrote, and I think it has a lot of meaning. Before you all start to freak out, ooh, Illuminati, the eye and triangles and pyramids, Satan, just stop for a second and think about it. Do whatever you like, but don't as long as you don't impose it on the others or something like that. And it has a pretty direct meaning and message. And this sort of thinking and way of seeing life in general basically led me to think stupidest thing that people do, and that amazes me every single time when I see people doing that, is they attack something, but they don't really understand what they attack, or they don't research it, or they simply just throw it in the sink just like that because it doesn't fit within their tiny box. Their frequency doesn't align. And I was thinking about what Joseph Campbell said once. He said and he basically said it to his students when he was teaching at the university. He said, follow your bliss. And that's it. You just need to follow your bliss. And you should just enjoy your experience and try to create something and be a creative person instead of be someone else's be in the shadow of someone else, someone else's puppet. Be your own inspiration. That's what I'm trying to say. And you can be inspired by people, by books, by anyone, but when you start following someone to the point when it becomes like sort of a ritual, sort of worship, then something is definitely not quite right, and you should check you should do a reality check, basically. And my aim was never to impress someone or to make someone expect something from me. I don't have such goals. It's not on my list, and I don't have a list. And that's good. Do whatever you like, and if you do something, if you create something, if you achieve something that is successful, or that basically will be liked or enjoyed or followed by others, it will happen by itself. It will not happen, it will most likely not happen if you try to accomplish it like willingly. But you still have to use will, but not in a direct sort of way. If it's meant to happen, it will happen, more or less, eventually. And gurus do not exist. If someone claims to be one, and if he claims to be the person with the knowledge, with the enlightenment, with all the answers, with the the perfect backstory that fits within his narrative, then most likely this person is 99% an imposter, and you should run, because you don't want to get trapped inside his web. And believe me, they have a lot of victims in their webs. I don't want to name certain individuals, but you get the point. Simply follow your bliss, follow your path, and create. Be creative. Enjoy your life, enjoy your experience, because it may sound really a cliche or cheesy, but life is really, really a short ride. So let's make it worthwhile. Human beings have interesting nature. We have these so-called peak experiences, when you feel, sometimes, not most of the time, and certainly not many times, but you feel this sort of overwhelming feeling of happiness and joy, and that you can do anything, and this is what Colin Wilson was writing about, and also speaking about on interviews and stuff. You should read Colin Wilson, because he knew much. People like him, people that are not bullshitting you, like people like Thomas Sheridan, for example. He's not a person that I perceive as a savior or a guru or idol. I don't have idols. Every person probably as a child had idols. Probably me as well. But this sort of it disappears when you grow when you're growing. Basically, you are getting more mature. And yeah, about Mr. Sheridan, he's an inspiration because he's not standing on some stage to thousands of people with his hands stretched and claiming that he has all the answers, and only he can connect the dots, and uh, everything is love, and uh, everything is love. It's fluffy. It's joyful. It's no, and individuals like him, they do their homework instead of like generalizing something and just discarding it with just like that. I don't think this is his aim, and I recognize people. I recognize when I see such individuals, and I recognize certain individuals that are bullshitting you, and that's not okay. And if you don't recognize that yourself, then you're most certainly falling into their traps. You're a victim, and you remain one until you open not only your eyes but your senses as well, and start using that more. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The key of joy is ... I'll leave that space for you to feel it. Follow your bliss.